Also, these are just mercs that we're sending in, so we don't care too much about them. And looting Ile de Frogs. That money. God, I love the ducat. Give me that D. Like I said, I want these folks all out. And although it's expensive... Oh, wait, no. I don't want to waste the land guys over here. Porto, get me the tertio. You folks. 1, 2, 3. Would I actually save 4 days sticking you in Abruzzi? I'd probably save more days sticking you in Romagna. 4 units. Doesn't feel good enough. We'll do all 5. We'll just call it the looting expenditure. Why am I putting you over there? That's a foolish place to put you. I want you in Champagne. You know, loot doesn't actually affect trade power, so I can't affect his trade ducats, but it can affect his regular ducats. I wonder if it pushes down his force limit. Ottoman fleet probably engaging the French near Sevilla. Yeah, Sevilla's tricky because it's not inland, but you know what? We're going to throw what we have in there anyway. Who's the good money on? They have no leader. I could throw an explorer onto it, but yeah, I don't feel like it. Let's hope the Milanese don't see our weakness and engage our transports here. Heck, you know what? Let's throw our transports on there as well. All or nothing. Is there anything else we have to pay attention to? It's really sad that Provence has that breach. I was really hoping it would be able to hold out for a long time. This is also good if I can stop France from recruiting units. That'll weaken him in that regard. Our troops are not yet in Valencia. This battle is anyone's game. The Ottomans have their ideas though, so they may have the advantage there. Yes. Get the ducat. I need to keep a hawk eye on here because I don't want to be stumbling into France and giving him yet more free prestige whilst I lose some of my own. Alright, this is also good, so I want you, and you on the move. Where are you going? Not good enough, I want you in Pisa. And the jingle is really handy. There used to be a problem with sound effects on the release of this game. It just basically meant you couldn't hear them, and it was horrible. Alright, really unhappy at you not attaching to me, Northumberland. Please make your own decisions. And then cease to make your own decisions. Yeah, not good enough. Alright, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. That would be a stack wipe and some free prestige for you. So instead, let's go for Vermandois. What an awful composition, France. Unless you know something I don't. I hope Louis XIV de Valois hangs around for a long time, because he only has a 2 in military. François has a 6, which is just disgusting. Now, I believe all the Aragonese are outside of the country right now, so let's do what we do best. I don't think I will ever grow tired of this trick. It's just so handy. Now, France have access through HRE lands because they're in an HRE war, so I can't run away if he comes chasing for me here. To a degree, that's true, but remember, always remember, ta-da, I can run there, and unless France gets military access, they won't get there. And they're outraged by France, so if I need a safe haven, I can go there. Let's just actually make sure that I have the accessibility. Not going to spend it now because Diplo points are at a premium right now. Alright, so everything's going okay there. I would love to save Provence, but we also need to besiege Navarra. Maybe, just maybe, I can do both. Who's to say? Loving that Dutch wealth, but yeah, we can see the Aragonese are coming for us. Are the Aragonese involved in the HRE war? They are not. Seems as good a time to get Gelra access. Alliance with Bohemia, Commonwealth and Ottomans. Vassals, 3 of. Well, 2 of plus Sicily. Alright, we'll just spend the extra. No, no. Let's be miserly. It's what we do best. Feels good to loot, doesn't it? No, we got this. We have most assuredly got this. Yeah, wait, my transports arrived before my my galleys? Yeah, okay. Okay. Not paying that much attention to the chat, but nothing's in red right now. If you need my attention, be sure to put it DDR Jake in your message, because it lets me read it, highlights it in red. Unless you're saying something worthless, in which case I don't want to hear it. Alright, so we got Brittany done quite nicely. I would ideally carpet Brittany and get them out of this war, but they are a vassal, so they have no say in such matter. Let's get you down south doing the southern lootings. Alright, it bothers me that Galicia don't want to join me here. Probably because the supply limit is so low. If I kicked out a few infantry, would they be more inclined? I'm not really taking attrition here, so I don't mind. I'll actually do attach to that. I'll march you into that province by force. 7th of May. I don't want to pay all my attention to one thing that I have to look at for a length of time, because it stops me from dealing with the important matters at hand. I'd love to go and loot Holland as well. It's extremely wealthy, but I can't get there. And if I get military access, then I won't be able to loot it. So, what is the point? We will besiege Ile de Frogs, though, because that's going to be a financial burden to them. Yeah, we got this naval battle in the bag. Don't even care too much if we make some losses. Jake, you missed my 2nd month of being a sub. Well, congratulations. You are paying for free content. Actually, thank you very much. Your continued support ensures that I am on the air. Pff, that's a lie. I don't know, I haven't sorted out in my head how to react to all this yet. Okay, we're able to see all this, and yeah, this is why I shouldn't be taking my eyes off the prize. Because they could have just walked in and stack wiped that, which would have been grim news for me. But they have not. 66, that'll change when you move in. And Aragon. 76 is a bit more doki doki, but we got this. We have more than got this. Please don't move out, please don't move out. He moved out. Alright, so... Ah, I know, the AI doesn't take attrition in certain situations, so this is what I need to do. Need to have him attached there. I want his 6 cannons over here. There's only so much my 2 siege can do, which is still quite a lot. And he's marching south, which is glorious. So I can get the loot going. And that French income is plummeting. How's their force limit doing then? No, the force limit seems to remain the same despite being looted. So autonomy affects force limit, but the looted modifier does not. It is 50% tax, which is rather a lot. There must be a trigger there that is invisible to us. Alright, looking grim for you, Aragon, but not grim enough. I don't think taking Roussillon will be enough. We need to scuttle this navy as quickly as possible. And we're going to march over to Parma just because we can get some loot on the go here as well. I'm cutting it a little too fine here, and he seems to be marching in this direction. Please don't leave me, Galicia. Alright, he's stuck to me. And hopefully he stays there. Now, the AI has this bug where if they go into separate stacks. They don't feel the attrition heat that much. And these are just mercs, so I don't really care. That's not enough for Aragon. Not enough to get them out. I need besieging as well. I am cutting this a little too close for comfort here. If you want to check and see where you've looted, the trade in map mode is really handy for that. It looks like we've got it all down pretty much, so if we march our troops back south, we can do a fresh bunch of looting. We'll have you go down to Bern then, you take care of Ile de Frogs' siege. In fact, while we're at it, we can even do our friends over here in Lorraine, since they're the personal union minor and we don't have military access around it. Austria's still at war with all these friends. Commonwealth. Yeah, still having to fight France, and yet not properly fighting France. Just feeding France prestige, really. Disgusting. Was that 18 manpower I just saw in France, Jake? Better believe it. This is one thing Savoy is good for, bleeding your manpower. +1 for defensive, +1 for siege, and it gets a little cold around here. Severe winters, mild winters. Really helps. So French manpower is not going to be an issue. And as long as we hurt their wallet, hopefully they won't be able to merc up too hard. Speaking of mercs, yeah, there's no merc infantry available to me. I shouldn't really have all my infantry just hanging about here. We're going to move them over to Vizcaya. You do not have access to Castile. Oh, speaking of, we need to get more claims on Castile. And who else is there that we should really be claiming up? I suppose others aren't too important. I would love to have Liguria for myself, but he's not a colonizer. And frankly, we're going to have plenty of... well, our hands are going to be plenty full anyway. Our only rebel faction are the Provincials. And the French Navy is no more. Okay, so -5 to prestige. It did actually happen. And did we lose any ships? Hell no. Right, this is good. We need you, with your combined 28 besieging ability, blockading ability. Right, I think you're 4, 4, and 10? No, 13, 4, and 4. Well, I know you can do 13, so you go right there. You be there more as backup. You take care of that, and I don't want my transports to die because they're very fragile. So heal up over in Alicante, please. That'll be all of Aragon under siege and blockaded, and that should get them out of this war. Best laid plans of mice and men after gang, Agley, etc. So the French are still on the move because they just love soaking up attrition. I need to get the Aragonese out of here before they start marching down south and dealing with me. Take him, for example. He's going to Auvergne here with these troops. 18,000 with a 533 general. But we have 152. Yeah, he's got the 3 in maneuver, so he would just outmaneuver us there. Not that there are rivers to worry about. Maybe one in Labourd. But yeah, all the more reason we need these troops up and over here. I suppose you should probably join them as well. Or else what am I paying you for? Now Aragon, let's face it, things look pretty grim for you. The blockades should help out. But if he marches his troops over there, that's another kettle of fish entirely. We'll keep you there so we have our eyes on you. Not a fan of that. Backtrack a bit. What is he planning? Right, well I saw him marching in this direction, so that's a good reason not to have you march any further there. We'll keep you there so your eyes. The thing about all the troops I stuck in France are, well aside from these guys, is that they're people that are doomed to die anyway. These are Landsknecht and men-at-arms. Hugely outdated, if anything a liability in battle. So we don't actually want them. Alright, how's that how's that blockade of Aragon working? It's working great. 3 diplomats, 3 people that I need out. -58. Oh, 62. Right, that isn't good. Why so keen, Tuscany? the Ottomans are not blockading them. Lights are the fastest, they should get on the case. Which means my transports will pick up the slack in Barcelona. Jake, the Ottoman Fleet 29 have their troops and their transports. They might send some to Navarra. I did set it as their goal, so I would be much obliged if they did. Wouldn't want to mix up their goals just in case they get all very confused. Alright. What'll it take for you to actually blockade these guys, man? Oh, there we go. We're talking Ottoman galleys here. The Ottomans are going to win that hands down. Frustratingly, though, the French are still... they're still gaining loads of prestige. 453 general. And French army tradition. I can check here. Can't I? Army tradition changes fort defense, doesn't it? Or am I completely wrong as usual? No, it changes siege ability, and I can't easily differentiate between what those are. There is manpower, recovery, speed, and morale. But it doesn't show the morale there. And I don't have a naval battle to check. Oh well. I just wanted to see what their army tradition was at, because it will affect their morale in battles, and I will need to be worrying about that. I mean, check here. Oh, it's Austria that's sieging. Here then, French siege ability, minus 24. I know 20% of that is from offensive ideas. So maybe they have full... that would be horrible. Full army tradition France on top of everything else. Elan, etc. Alright, so you've been looting there. Is there more to loot? There is always more to loot. Thankfully they're not moving on me. They're very keen on keeping their own sieges going. Yeah, this is problematic. He's moving on Girona. Still have a few days of leeway though. If we can just get this done, this battle out of the way, and it looks like it's going pretty well. Well, maybe not well enough. Hmm, 55. I don't want to risk that. Let's try and make peace on the 1st of July at the latest then. Alright, so I think looting is running out here. And it'll run out pretty much at the same rate that we were looting. So Bern, for example... Yeah. Well, let's move over to Armagnac and get it going. Alright, come on. We need you to fall. The trouble is there's that heavy. And did I lose a light in this battle? That's not kosher. Yeah, see, if I gave you the Sicilian trade power, would you take it with a bit of money? Alright, we'll do that as a last resort then, because I don't want to lose anything to Aragon, since it'll push down my morale. Well, it'll push down my prestige, and by extension, my morale. Then again, there will be the length of war modifier that will change at the turn of the month, so maybe the 1st is the ideal time to do peace regardless. There we go. Jake's face when France comes at him with a quad 6. Yeah, my face would be one of abstract horror. Okay, so we can get you out for 100 ducats. We've made so much on looting that I'm not going to be crying over that. It's a shame that that battle is so close to being done. I wonder how different it would be for you if I didn't have that blockade, that siege going. 58 without. 54 with. Well, that's a no-brainer. Oh, hello France. Nice of you to come over to Gascony. Fairly good setup for your troops there, but you won't be able to flank us and you'll be fighting us in mountains and you have no general. Wait, what are the Ottomans doing? Those are their transports. And they lost a few in that battle. And they're going up here. They're able to repair in sea zones, so that's pretty cool. But what are they planning? If they go for Holland, that would be great. Very funny indeed. Alright, so we will not have to pay off Tuscany if this battle goes well. Everything going acceptable here. Tolerable, I would even say. Yeah, all the most fast-paced action here. But I think if you are a fan of this game, you pretty much know what's in store. Alright, unfortunately that's not enough to besiege Pisa. So we can only do... Ah, the trouble is that there's Milan involved there as well. But we could do Siena. No, actually, Pisa is one that we are blockading. Which means... Yeah, we can get you all out here and we don't have to spend a penny. It sucks to be Sicilian, but I suppose in this way it's really good that we didn't annex them before. So just to be sure, all the people that we want out are Aragon, Milan and Tuscany. We can do Tuscany, we can do Milan, and by the hairs on our chinny chin chin we can do Aragon before he comes and wrecks us. 3 days before, in fact. So what we do, and we've done this plenty of times before, but I will continue to milk this for as long as need be, we offer the same person's trade power to all of the belligerents. Sicilian, Sicilian, and Tuscany, of course, as well. Have your Sicilian. No need for money either. We let 1 day pass, and they all go, wow, you're so generous. And here we have poor little Sicily transferring trade power to Aragon, Milan, and Tuscany. Remains to be seen if that will last forever. Now, these units that we made here... I'm unsure if I want to dismiss them. Because after all, they are still infantry. Alright, what I'll do then is I will march them over here. And you folks, you're not useless though, you are actual honest to God men. So we shall march you over to Vizcaya with the rest of our regulars. We'll get that last infantry over there in Navarra. And I still try to figure out what on earth this Frenchman is doing. Jake, is Sicilia actually paying the trade node now? Well, let's see. They have power in Tunis, of which they're giving their trade power away. So yeah, Brittany... Wait, no? Brittany? Tuscany and Milan here. I'm not sure if they're actually getting diddly. Oh well, it's of little concern to me. I'm so glad I pumped down the autonomy around here. Tolerance of the true faith is fantastic. Our conversions are going along well. I was thinking about going Defender of the Faith, but our decrepit old Boniface is not going to last all that long. At least I hope he doesn't. Sick of this one admin nonsense. So we get all of our troops over here, and now it is just us v France, and France's dogs. Doesn't look like he's setting up other colonies, which is great news for us. Speaking of colonies, St. Helena going really well. So far, so not bad. Thanks mostly to the efforts of Savoy, who've been able to really distract France here. Provence is a concern. I do not want it to fall, but I know if I march in there, there'll be hills. France will join in with everything they got here. They don't have a general, but... in fact, where are the French generals? They seem to be busy doing their own kind of Bohemian Rhapsody. Right, he wouldn't be going to Labourd if he wasn't planning on going for Navarra. He has no general, so what is he planning? I'm interested to see what's going on in his head. We'll leave you there because there's still a little while before the loot runs out. The loot is afoot. I do wish I had a few more troops around here. And let's just make sure that we're not marching through the likes of Avignon, because that would be embarrassing. Okay, so he's going for Bern. I still have no idea what the Frenchman is trying to do. Ah, let's not leave our boats hanging either. We still want to be laying everything we can on France, so we shall shove them on and blockade one of the only places that we can. Actually, there is no navy involved over here. So what? Means we can throw our privateers over at France and not even have to worry about him doing anything bad to us. can't exactly do Champagne, but we can do the English Channel where he has a majority of the trade. The English Channel is worth quite a bit more. So you folks have fun privateering the English Channel. The only people that could possibly get in your way are these Breton ships. One heavy, one light, 2 transports. They could do some damage. They could do some real damage. But let's not worry about that. Our transports can heal up as usual. Everyone else seems to be alright. Just keep those blockades going. Alright, yeah, I got no idea what he's trying to do here. Is he trying to go south and disturb Alicante? If he does, he's marching into my land with no general. I don't care how full of elan he is, or how offensive he apparently is. He is still Tech 11. He's taken attrition in Aragonese lands. Jake, worth resetting the Savoy sieges by attacking Provence with a token stack. That's a tough call. Probably not. Because I stand to gain little but lose a lot in that situation. Alright. These looting modifiers are about to go away. So we'll begin a fresh march north. Right, to be honest, we don't need to leave more than necessary here, so we shall detach the blockade, and since that's the only place around here, we'll move the rest over here. We have plenty of supply limit thanks to our own cores over in GB. I feel like I'm wasting away by not improving certain relations here. I'm busy claiming the Castilian land. Because I'll be looking to integrate Galicia and Northumberland before too long. I want to feed Galicia the rest of Castile, but we might as well keep them sweet for now. Then again, who hates me in Europe? You certainly don't waste any love on me. Savoy's a little threatened. Well, we like Savoy. They're doing good things for us, so let's make them like us. Alright, so he's going for Valencia. What kind of fort defense are we looking at here? Absolutely nothing. But Valencia are plains. He has no general. When we wrap up Navarra, we will probably gun him down. What in the world are the Ottomans doing, though? Yeah, that's right. Going there. Once they wrap up that war, it's going to free up that horrendous general and a lot of their troops. And yeah, these sieges are progressing. Perhaps what we should be doing is picking him off while he's divided. But I really want Navarra to fall first. Am I just being silly? It's a long way for me to go just to wipe that 20 stack. It might not even be a wipe, it would just be a general victory. Mind you, up goes that French war exhaustion. Perhaps I shouldn't mind them besieging that. And it's not even my Valencia. Although they're starting to core it. I should get a full refund though, that's not even 10%. I'm thinking when they're going to be refunding that. Because they're going to cancel the core creation once that siege progress reaches a certain amount. Alright, all this land is good for looting now. So if you go the Rougerou way, you take up the Limousine. Hypest looting gameplay since the Golden Horde campaign. What really has me on the fence is that if I leave France, they're either going to flesh out offensive and get 5% discipline plus forced march, or they're going to or they're going to get the next military tech, which will be similarly awful news for me. Aragon, you glorious individual. I now have a free dip slot as well. So thank you kindly. Alright, we will leave you troops over in Aragon then. And we will have you folks fight, because you're just merc scum. Once Navarra falls, of course, but we could detach a token unit, since the French don't really have troops around here. And we still have backup here. Yeah, you know what?